Warning. What you are about to see and hear is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are our opinions and do not reflect the views of BTW21 or its staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel and Chad.
God is looking for someone real. People are looking for something real. Just be real. Welcome to Be Real, the podcast. We're your hosts, Daniel Lewis, Brother Chad Hudson.
Hello.
Yes, and also Peckerhead. He's always up here overlooking to make sure everything goes right. And today he's extremely excited because we have a guest with us that's not been with us for a while, but we thoroughly enjoy her every time she comes out because she is in the profession, and not only with her heart, but also in the profession of saving animals.
Thank you.
And so thank you, Miss Allie Keatts. How you doing?
Good, how are
Allie
you?
Keatts? Something around there?
Keatts.
Keatts. Kate.
Yeah. All the vowels you didn't say.
All the vowels I didn't say. I just love her so much. I have to do that on purpose. And
Did we have Peckerhead last time?
You
were out?
did, yes.
We
I
did?
met Peckerhead last time.
And he had a name and
He
everything.
did. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
cool. I want.
So you guys know each other.
Are y'all cool with each other? Because he looks like
He
he's.
gets a little nuts
I
sometimes.
just tell you
He
what,
does.
chickens aren't my forte, but
Yeah, mine either. But I mean, I'm slowly learning to accept the chicken process.
They're mine. Our house has hundreds
Hundreds
of chickens.
Hundreds of chickens. But you're out here representing, as always, the Henry County Shelter.
yes.
Yes.
Animal shelter,
Animal
yeah.
shelter. Sorry.
Yeah.
Henry County Animal Shelter.
We house animals.
But
How's that?
I think he wanted, like I do as well at times, I say the Henry County Pound.
Right.
Or the Patrick County Pound.
do.
Right.
I say Pound, but we have changed the name because Pound doesn't sound nice to Animal Shelters.
Right.
Right.
We are actually rebranding. That will probably be coming within the next year or so. We'll actually be switching over to Animal Services.
Really?
Henry County
Oh.
Animal Services.
Now, is that under the Henry County Sheriff's Department?
Correct. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you have deputies under you. You're over the shelter.
Correct.
As of right now, it's called the shelter. And then so you have deputies under you, and I want to kind of dive a little bit more deeper into that.
Okay.
What is their responsibilities? I know if they're deputies, so they're road deputies.
Correct.
So they're called out whenever something beyond animals is called.
Yeah.
But
So
mainly,
they are qualified to perform traffic stops. If something crazy hits the fan, they will be there.
they got guns.
Well, yes, but just as any other deputy would be. Any
Nice.
high-speed chases, unfortunately, shootings, stuff like that, they are still sheriff's deputies, and
Right.
they are just as involved.
And they're out and about, so we see them out and about. If you get a little closer to the mic, I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
No, it's cool. Just want to make sure you're heard over me. Good Lord. But anyway,
I am trying to talk louder this time, if that helps.
oh
but
yeah, you do good. Can you still touch the tongue to the?
yeah, that's not going
no,
anywhere.
So we're not doing that. If you want to watch previous broadcasts of Be Real the podcast, you can see Allie Keatts. Allie
Still-
Keatts.
still
Third time
ain't
was a
got
charm.
it.
I think it
Third
was
time?
episode 8, if I remember right.
Oh y'all,
Our
she
eighth
knows
show.
better than I do.
It
Yeah.
may or may not be
May or
that
may
one,
not
but I
be.
think it's that
I
one.
think it's your fourth time out here, right?
Yeah,
Fourth?
I think this is my 4th.
Yeah, fourth
Yeah.
time. So we greatly appreciate you. You're still in the position. Now, you used to work for Boyce Holland Veterinary Services.
I did for many years.
That's our main sponsor. Yeah, so we're greatly appreciative of them.
And we miss her still.
yeah,
It's been years, but we miss her still.
right. I miss her too, yeah. It's,
Well-
but anyway.
But it was great to see you go somewhere where we could still work together.
Absolutely.
And we do.
And we
you
have a
know?
great partnership.
Yeah,
It's great.
that's always great.
It's always
Everything's
great.
great.
Yeah. And she's slowly becoming family.
Great.
If we want to mention that or not, I don't know. This is
That's
kinda, yeah,
It's fine by me.
you are the sister of my son's fiance.
Correct.
I love it.
I know.
I know, ain't that crazy?
And there's a
what's-
baby.
What's even crazier is we were friends long before that.
Right.
That just
right.
kind of happened.
That's
and
coincidence.
It
Out
was
of everybody.
we knew each other, and then they met in their own lives, and
Yeah.
it just
In their own
life
lives.
happens.
There was no,
Yep.
hey, my sister needs somebody, or my
Right.
son's looking for a great gal, which she is,
Right.
by the way.
Thank you.
I'm so very thankful that he has met not only a beautiful woman, but a very spiritual woman, and a very somebody that's a great mom, and
Yeah.
of course anybody's gonna say any of that stuff, but she really
Warning.
is. I mean, I
What
am
you are
so
about to
thankful
see
because
and
he's a
hear
good
is
dude.
for entertainment
And I was always
purposes
hoping
only.
that he'd run into somebody that was great.
Yeah.
And he has.
I'm very fond of your son.
Well, thank you. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He really is.
he's
He's
all
nothing
right.
like I am.
My son loves him too.
He's all
That's
right.
his
Awesome.
uncle Austin, and he's got to call him almost every day and just
Yeah.
talk to Austin.
That's great. Yeah, he's a good dude.
He did last night.
Well, he loves kids, so it works out really good for everybody. But he, of course, I'm a little biased because he's just my son. But
Right.
nothing to do with me. Didn't inherit any of my traits, and so I think it makes him a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord.
So anyway, we got some kids. We got some furry friends out here. We got some furry friends we want to show
Are
on
we
here.
going to talk about them already?
Oh, well, I mean, we can wait a little bit if you
Yeah,
want to.
let's talk a little bit more about what you're doing.
What are you doing? You still
Running the
running
world.
show. Now, last time we had you out here, there was what you called red in the red.
Code red.
Code
we call
red.
it code red.
Code
yeah.
red, okay.
We're not currently in a code red position right now. We do have a few kennels open, and I always even hate to say that out loud because that could easily change at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
Right.
We were successfully able to actually pair up like 6 dogs today, so that opened up a few runs for us. So we have a couple of dogs that get along really well together, so we were able to house them together in
Nice.
kennels. But yeah, we have a lot of great dogs. Pairing up 6 dogs in one day is
Right.
That's-
And for those
that's a
that don't
win.
know, can you explain code red a little bit? Because that's when it gets...
Yeah, so basically what Code Red means is that we are an open intake animal control office. So if you are a resident of Henry County, or if a stray is picked up in Henry County, we have to take it.
All right.
We can't turn anyone away.
Gotcha.
So when we run out of space, we have no more runs, no more cat cages, what have you. If someone walks in the door with yet another dog or yet another cat, we have to make space for that animal.
Right.
And unfortunately, that means making space.
Making space,
and
right.
we work diligently with other rescue partners. We also do it.
Warning! What you are about to see and hear is for entertainment
Oh my God,
purposes
that's
only.
it.
The
Yeah, I mean, we work,
Roanoke, not just necessarily in this area, right?
we
Greensboro.
so the local ones that we work really close with would be the Martinsville Henry County SPCA. They pull
Okay,
dogs from us,
yes.
but they stay just as full as we do.
Right, they do. yeah.
I mean, and truly, the entire country is in.
It's bad.
It's in an animal crisis. The strays are just relentless. The owner surrenders. The backyard breeding. It's just the animal population has significantly grown just in the last 5 years.
Really?
Than it was 10 years ago.
Wow.
I can tell you wholeheartedly that when I started in this position 2.5 years ago, we took in 500 animals.
Good Lord.
Last year,
One
we-
year or
Yeah, in
within a year?
yes, 2.5 years ago when I first started, we took in 500. Off the top of my head, I think it was like 564 animals to be exact. Okay,
Almost
it gets
600.
worse.
Yeah.
So 2.5 years later, here we are. Last year, I took in almost 1,500 animals.
Oh my Lord.
So, and
triple.
I think a little bit of that is kind of a double-edged sword. I think not only the animal population has contributed to that, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that a lot of changes were made to the shelter as well. So it made it more comfortable for owners to surrender animals to us,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
I didn't take the dog to the pound. I took him to the shelter.
Right. Well, they've made changes, so they're doing better. My dog's not going to get euthanized.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not entirely the truth. Although we
Right.
do everything we absolutely can to find
Oh, yeah.
placement for that animal,
Y'all do.
I can't promise that because 10 minutes later, animal control could bring in a seizure case that brings in 15 dogs.
Oh, wow.
And then what do? I have no choice.
So just me as a civilian look out here looking at the news, there has been a lot of seizure cases.
Sure.
I mean, quite a few.
Henry County doesn't play around. If
Right,
you don't
right.
take care of your animals, we're going to charge you to the fullest extent.
Good.
Now, granted, at the end of the day, the judge is the one that makes the final decision.
Right.
But we're still going to prosecute
Get the
you.
charges.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So shout out to Wayne Davis. I mean, really, it's one of the things that I come in here before we start talking about it to really, not only with the animal situation, but also with the drug situation.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's been really.
He's kicking tail.
He's kicking tail and taking names, and I'm so glad that he is not scared, or I wouldn't necessarily say scared, but he's open to the public. He's more than I've seen in any sheriff in the whole region
Absolutely,
come
yeah.
out to the media,
Yeah.
the local media, and actually present what is going on.
He's a
And
ham.
speak
He
for
likes
himself.
the TV.
I feel I feel like he's just proud to be a part of this community.
Right.
Because even like in animal control, he's a huge animal lover. His whole family is.
That's great. Yes.
So even like when we have big cases, the news loves to jump all over it.
oh yeah.
And
Oh,
of
yeah.
course we're gonna broadcast it.
Right.
He likes to be involved.
That's great.
He likes knowing what his deputies are doing and what justice that
As
they're
a
bringing.
sheriff should be.
Absolutely, he's very involved.
I noticed that. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as publicity goes, and that openness and that transparency
Mm-hmm.
with the public, not only gives him a good light, but it also opens up to everybody who knows it's what he's doing and what's
Right.
going on. Why am I giving this guy? He's probably making over $100,000. I don't know, but he's totally worth it, and he's doing all this stuff. I mean, there's other sheriffs out there. It's just like, what are they doing? I mean, what's going on as far as even Patrick County, Patrick County or any of them, commissioners or anything. It's like, what are you doing? But when you can come out there and you can actually tell everybody and you're showing and making a difference, and you, like you said, just a step back just a little bit, you're talking about judges. It does come back to the judge, but he's doing his job in order to get it before the judge.
Correct. Yes.
So that makes
Yeah.
a major thing in mind. We can blame the judges all we want to if it
But
doesn't.
people don't like to blame the judges. They like to blame the officers for
I'll
not
blame
doing
the- I
anything.
know they do. They do.
They don't
That's true.
understand
They
that
don't
like we can
understand the
do our
process.
job to the
Right.
fullest extent, but when you present it in front of a judge and a judge is like just not
Right.
having it, that's not our fault.
And why not? I mean, they should
Right.
understand that the judges are the one that make the decision. Because we'll
Absolutely,
see,
yeah.
we'll see people get arrested. They'll get charged for this crime that's supposed to be 5-10 years,
But
and
they
then
get 6 months.
Probation,
But the
6 month
officer didn't do
probation, and
their
then
job.
right back on.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Which is
hard
bullshit.
the hard thing that I find with the animal seizures, though, is that unlike a drug bust is somebody in the sane mind trying to F the system, not work, and collect money, and to the extent of somebody getting sick or hooked on drugs.
Right.
The problem with the animal seizures I have found is most of those have mental issues.
Sure.
So
yeah,
it's not
I
just
agree.
black and white where somebody is
Every case
making
is
a
different.
sane decision to either hoard this animal. There is much more mental. I mean, the animals up in Patrick County, anyways. Every case that they have gone into since I have took over Boyce and Holland, and we've had our doctors have to go to court and testify of the inhumane situations that these animals have been in, but the person themselves is not mentally stable. So
Right.
how do you charge somebody to the full extent of animal cruelty if they're not even taking care of themselves?
Right.
Right.
They're
So
not,
I
you
will
know.
mention, which I don't think a lot of people realize this. We're gonna get into the cop
Oh,
talk.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Do it.
So it's not the
She's a cop at heart. Just
well,
to
I
let
grew up
you
in a
know.
family of cops. I
I'm
worked for
nervous.
cops.
I'm nervous.
Well, I think
I
that
just opened this. I didn't drink it
like-
on the way here.
I think that a lot of people have a negative image about law enforcement officers because they think that they're there to harm you or to press charges and yada, yada, yada. But what they don't realize is they're here to protect you.
Right.
I can't tell you how many cases that my officers have gone on and realized that the animals weren't being taken care of and the human itself was living in disgust as well.
Right.
Do you know what they do? They find them resources. It's not a law enforcement officer's job to do that. But out of the kindness of their heart and the way that they're trained, they contact the correct people to make sure that that human being as well is getting the resources and everything that they need, so they're not living in disgust. So they get the help that they need, whether it be, help with their electricity bill. Food stamps.
Right.
If you need mental evaluation, they're
Right.
going to help you. They're going to help provide you with the correct person
And I think
to speak to get you in a better environment.
Yeah, and I think that's another pressure. I've never seen it before in my lifetime. Of course, I haven't been thoroughly involved, but just seeing it from just over the last decade, it seems like mental health in this country has jumped.
Well, we can blame the economy for that, but
Right, 10, 20 times. I really don't understand what's going on as far as the mental health issue, but it's like, it's just weird how that's what we're dealing with now, and but not just with animals, but just the whole scenario. And so you're adding this on the back of the cops.
Yeah.
Not only do they have to do their job,
Right.
not only do they have to follow the law in order to make a decision, split-second decision, whether it comes down to something that they have to do using lethal force and or just being in their job role. But now, like you said, out of the goodness of their heart, they're trying to help the people. They got to be judge, jury, and officer all in one.
Right.
It's just it's weird, and it's put on the backs of them. And then you don't have the American public due to certain politicians to where they don't provide the necessary backing that the cops need, so you're losing a lot of them. I just don't. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Our main focus is the dogs, and I don't want to put that on you. That's probably something more of Wayne Davis's area. But it's just it's amazing, and I'm so thankful for our officers and people that are thinking about being officers, because it's a weird time.
yeah.
Back in the day, you would think just somebody's going to go be an officer and they'll follow the law and do this, write some tickets, go, of course, to domestic
Right.
disturbances, do these things. But now you have a whole nother area of, oh my gosh, you got to add on to the mental health issue of even with the animals. As you speak, I never even thought about that. I've seen mental health issues as far as just a domestic disturbance, but then
Right.
now you have animals, and then you're, it's just, I just feel sorry for them. It's a very scary profession, a very hard profession, and then you add that mental aspect onto it. Is there other training that they're going through?
Yeah. So, even when I was in animal control school, part of school was learning the
Dynamics of
kind of
other
like,
people?
of
living?
just understanding what situations feed in together.
Okay.
So there is El Chapo over there with a bunch of cows that nobody's been feeding, nobody's been watering.
You're talking about a very specific case that we worked
No,
together.
I'm not.
Well, it's done and over with, so we can talk about it now.
Well, I'm just saying, so that person is in their right mind, but they are doing something to an animal that is harmful to the animal by not giving it food, not giving it water. And then you have another case where a lady is out here trying to feed the cats, and she brings the cats home, and she's, in her heart, she thinks she's doing something good.
And she's doing the right thing.
And that
Yes.
she's feeding these animals.
Yes.
But in reality, when you step back and there's 200 cats living in her house,
In her single white trailer.
and they're
15.
single, and
Yeah.
they're pooping everywhere,
Yeah.
and so you have to make that call on which ones to really go after and which ones to try to just find
Right.
help.
Right.
And meanwhile, regardless of the human, you have to house these animals
Right.
in this little building that Henry County provides for you.
We
about-
have 10 cat cages, by the way.
right.
Wow.
The building over there for Henry County, and I'm not knocking them because I heard that they were trying to expand.
We
and,
are.
and trying to 5 years, but it is tiny. It is
Yeah,
a small
it is.
building, and I'm going to tell you what. To give kudos to this lady and whoever works over there,
Yeah.
because you walk in there, it is the loudest thing you ever heard.
I'm numb to it. Like, I don't even hear it anymore.
I went over there one day. I can't remember what it was for, but I was trying to talk to Allie, and she's talking to me like nothing's going on.
Man, I could talk on the phone.
I couldn't hear her. Dogs are barking and cats are meowing, and she's talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I didn't hear anything she said.
You get used to it, I promise.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still asking maintenance for like a soundproof door between the front office and the back.
That should be given, but yeah,
Poor
it is.
We make do. We make do with a lot with that building, to be fair.
Okay.
So-
But that building is small. We gotta work on that.
We are.
So just in the, you said 2.5 years, have you seen it increase as far as the number of officers that you've needed?
Oh, absolutely.
And you probably need more now.
Yeah. So we have 2 officers currently. I am also a Virginia certified animal control officer, but I don't run the road. I handle issues within the shelter.
Right. We got the perfect person for it.
So we only have 2 on the road officers. And I just did my report yesterday. They answered 250 calls last month. Between 2 of them.
1 month?
1 month.
Well, and to be fair, to be honest with you, we just got a new officer. Deputy Fain has left us. She works for patrol now. So we had Officer Davis for almost 2 months by herself.
Wow.
So those 250 calls or calls of service
Sky Davis.
last month, Officer Davis handled
Davis.
by herself.
We had her out here. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a
handled
workhorse,
it
that's
by
for sure.
herself.
Yeah.
So you got a new one, you said?
We do. We have Officer Bryant now.
He or
He's
she?
still
He.
is still training currently. She's hoping Officer Davis is currently FTOing him, which is field training him.
Yeah.
So she's hoping to be able to release him out on his own within the next couple of weeks, and then maybe some of the workload will be off of her. But
Nice.
so
Now, do you go through the hiring? I mean, are you part of the hiring process?
the deputies, no, that's
Okay,
all
you
the
don't.
sheriff's office.
So when they come over to you, I mean, are they looked at as animal lovers, or do they pick that, or?
So I didn't have anything to do with the with Officer Davis being hired or Deputy Fain being hired because they were hired prior to my hiring.
Right, okay.
But we did do a couple of like working interviews within the deputies that were in the department already that were interested in the position.
Gotcha.
He was chosen because the sheriff's office felt that he was the most compassionate and the most interested
That's what I was
in truly
wondering. Yeah,
doing the
great,
job.
great,
So
cool.
it's not as much as we love to say we play with puppies and kittens all day. He was,
Wish.
yeah. He was the one that they chose would be the best fit.
Well,
So,
great. Well, cool. I was wondering if there was any kind of, I think when you go in there and you wanted to be a canine officer, you
Right.
could kind of pick that.
Right.
Or if you just wanted to be in SWAT or
Right.
whatever.
Well, like Allie said, that it's not just puppies and kittens.
Right.
There's aggressive
Oh,
dogs
yeah.
out there.
I mean, you
these
got to be able to
dogs,
handle
There,
yourself.
Yeah.
there's we've before chased a buffalo all through Patrick County and Henry County. I mean, when stuff gets
yeah.
real,
Well, it took us
It's-
3 days to round up 13 cows.
Wow.
I mean,
Man.
it's not just puppies and kittens. That's for
Right.
sure.
Right.
Officer Davis had a horse tied to her side mirror last week.
Really? Wow.
She was able to capture it and
Yeah.
then didn't have anything to do with it because we have a livestock trailer now, which
Okay.
was a great
Right.
accomplishment because we didn't used to have one. We used to have to borrow one from a fellow county of ours that we worked with.
Okay.
But now we have our own. But anyways, so she wasn't aware exactly on if we were going to actually be picking the horse up or if we could just go out there, wrangle it, and the owners would come forward.
Because you're not bringing it back to the shelter.
No, what am I going to put in my play yard? In a dog run? Like what? What am I going to do with a 15-hand tall horse?
That's right.
Horses are cool, though.
So she was able to, catch it. We have halters and we have lead ropes and stuff like that. So she was able to catch it, get it roped up, and she tied it to her mirror until we could figure out
Right.
what to do with it.
Well, a horse or a cow, I would say, is not
Right.
something that somebody's just going to lose and not look for.
Right. So the owner ended
You
up
would
coming
think.
forward like 10 minutes later. So
Right. It's
it
not like a
did-
dog or a cat. Some people are just trying to get rid of them.
it did chew her
unfortunately.
blinker switch off, but it's cool.
What-
Sorry, Sheriff.
I
Take
would
that up with
too.
Davis.
I would too.
So what I would like to ask, because we want to get with the animals that you have up for adoption, but what I want to ask you before that is, what about wildlife? What happens if somebody runs into a wildlife situation here in Henry County? Say it be a deer that's injured in the yard, or who would they get a hold of you? Do they still
actually,
do that? Or
no, we don't deal with wildlife routinely.
Okay.
There is, and I'm probably gonna mess it up. It's
Extraordinary situation.
yeah.
But there's somebody that you could direct.
Yes. So regardless, you would call dispatch. Dispatch is your girlfriend. That's your best friend.
Right.
You call them, tell them what's going on. They're going to get you in touch with the most appropriate person. So we, I'm trying to think of the name of that department, and it's leaving me.
That's okay.
Like game and
Game
wildlife
warden.
and fishery.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah,
who
game
deals with wildlife.
Okay.
Animal control doesn't typically deal with wildlife. Like we got called out to a call back over the summer, which ended up kind of encouraging more people to try and call us about dealing with wildlife because a baby deer was found at the bottom of a well because a group of kids thought it would be funny and cool to throw a baby deer in the bottom of the well. So we were called out there because
Well,
we were nearby.
That might
and
lead to
a case.
a case.
Correct.
So that would be
Thanksgiving.
considered to go
Correct.
through you.
Correct.
That's crazy.
But if it's just a bear in a yard or
Right.
something like that,
Right.
dispatch is going to direct you to somebody.
Correct.
I know
Yeah.
in Patrick County that my name is on the dispatch for for snakes.
For snakes, you're
For
the snake
snakes.
man.
So you call up there, Patrick County, and they're like, "Hey, Chad's
Hey,
on
Chad.
it. Chad's on it,"
He's
and
gonna
I
get
do
it.
it free of charge. I don't charge anything, and I've done that since I've worked for Dr. Boyce 20 years ago. So I've done it for 20 years. But if it's
Praise
a
God.
case like the deer, now we're looking at a
Right.
charge.
You need
on-
law
on
enforcement
law
involved.
enforcement
Damn,
Right.
Skippy.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully they'll hold their parents accountable and all
Somebody,
that.
somebody's accountable. For it.
Somebody's
You
damn
can't- you
accountable.
can't
That's
do
bull.
that.
That's bull crap, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mean.
So we did save that one, and we got it to a rehabilitation center out of, it was like on the other side of South Boston.
Nice.
So,
well, thank God.
And it was
So you go in.
raised and released afterwards.
go
but-
Oh, great.
You go into work. It's loaded up. Every cage has not only one dog in it, maybe two,
Mm-hmm.
if they've buddied up. If it's been okay to buddy up. And do you have other employees that work there? Don't you guys have some trustees or something?
we
that
do.
come
We
in or
have
something?
two trustees who,
What's a trustee?
trustees are trustable individuals.
Trustable.
They are
Trustable criminals. Okay.
individuals that come over from the adult detention center.
Okay.
They are not going to be.
And they go through an evaluation. They're not going
Sure.
to send you
They're
some
not
kind
gonna
of
send me
crazy
a
guy.
killer. They're
Yeah.
going to send me people who have, very low key charges.
60
Right.
days
Right.
to serve
Someone
or
they
6
know
months
that,
to serve.
right.
or
Someone they know
something.
that they can trust. That's because
So instead of washing a car,
right.
they come out there and they
And they
take care of
get to
pets.
take care of my animals.
there's a lot
and
of
they
good people
love
that are
it.
locked up.
Most of
Yeah.
them love it. I've had a few
That's
that were
good.
like, "This ain't for me."
Right.
But nobody
I'm telling
enjoys
you, the
scooping
barking
poop.
in that cage. I don't care about the poop. The barking in that room will drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that is crazy.
So I have two trustees
That's great.
who are awesome. They work 7 days a week, every day. And
Well, that's
then
good.
I only currently have one employee now because we did a couple of changes. I was able to talk the county into having another full-time position. So now the rescue coordinator position is a full-time position where it was just a part-time position
Oh,
last year.
wow.
But their counter offer was to get rid of the part-time in order to make up for the budget for the full-time position.
Right.
So with having the trustees, we figured it was okay.
Right.
Now, granted, I hated losing 3 employees.
Damn, Skippy.
Well, those employees are
But-
special because you're not. It's not like a business where you make profit
Right.
and you could afford. Hey, let's give this guy a raise. He's
Right.
been working hard. You're dealing with a small county budget, and that's what you have to work with.
Right.
Unlike other businesses where you could make a profit, well, you could hire another
Right.
staff member.
Right.
Yeah.
Here, there's no profit margin.
Right.
So you're working within a budget. That's got to be
Right.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Very
it is.
difficult,
Yeah.
especially with the county board of supervisors. I guess that's where
Right,
your main
right.
funding comes from. All right. Well, we got some furry friends that need homes, and we'll be back. We got the
Oh,
warning.
we got the warning.
yeah,
We're done.
about
We're
a minute
talking.
ago, and so
I didn't
yeah,
even see 'em.
Thank you, Allie Keatts, for being out here.
We'll be back and try to adopt
Yeah.
some of these dogs and cats.
We'll learn their names or what they've are known as.
You're going
She
to make
always has-
fun of all the names like
She
you
always-
always do.
She always has great names and great pictures.
She does.
So we'll be back.
I got some good
thankful.
ones for you.
Yes, so thankful. If you get a chance, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Be Real the Podcast. We're your host again, Daniel Lewis, Brother Chad Hudson. Thank you for subscribing. If you would hit that, it will help us out. Not trying to make any money off of it, but man, your help matters.
Do we make money?
Sharing it, no money. No money is made. We don't pay the guests, but we would like to continue to do this. And so by you subscribing, that really helps. I mean, majorly helps. So if you're watching YouTube, not only can you subscribe, but you can scroll down through the more information. You can see a link to the Facebook for Henry County Animal Shelter. You can see all the little animals that we're going to show here in just a little bit. And if you'd like to donate, of course, we'll get donate and adopt. You can.
We'll talk about donate. Do you accept donations
We
for
do.
food,
We do.
blankets,
Yeah.
towel? What do you do?
Right, we accept it all.
Yeah.
Food, litter, cleaning products. We accept monetary donations.
And they can just bring it to the shelter?
Correct.
Nice.
That's what we need to
Cool.
do.
Yeah.
So go
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Go bring them some
you
dog
would.
food. They're full.
If you're an animal lover like we are, both these two are extreme animal lovers. If I've ever known anybody that's loved animals, especially Allie.
Daniel just likes squirrels.
I love squirrels, so I mean, I'm with you.
We don't like skunks.
I don't like
do.
skunks.
I love some
No,
baby
he likes
skunks.
squirrels.
Yeah, but I
If
love
he comes
squirrels,
back in the next life, if that's how it works, then he's coming back as a squirrel.
I could see that. You have that
that
mentality.
squirrel
You've got that
mentality?
mentality.
Yeah.
I can see
I'm
that.
jumping from tree to tree.
Collecting nuts.
I'm collecting nuts. I was getting ready to say something, but I will go ahead and do it. Put nuts in my mouth.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No.
We know who you
Acorn.
voted for
Acorns.
today.
Acorns, any of the real nuts.
Lord.
I know, sorry. So anyway, thank you.
Can you even eat acorns?
You
Yes.
can,
You
but they're
can?
bitter. What you
They
got
are
to do,
bitter.
what you got
I've
to
ate
do
'em.
is you got to boil them,
Okay.
drain the water,
That's too much work.
Worm.
I'm already done.
put some more, and you got to do that about 3 or 4 times, and it gets the bitter out of them.
Okay.
It's a certain
Ain't they
chemi-
wormy too? They got worms or
So that's protein.
I feel like everything does.
chestnuts.
Though. Let's
got
be for
worms
real.
in it. Well, I
Everything.
mean, if it's laying out
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
You can't eat acorns, but you gotta really you gotta.
For a nut this big.
Yeah, but if you're out there
That's a lot of
judging-
work.
okay,
love
put
That's a
some
lot
dogs
of
on
work.
here judging nut size.
For a nut this
acorns.
Yeah.
It's wintertime. No,
That's like eating crab legs. But let's be for real though. It's like eating crab legs. We all love crab legs, but it's so much work.
it is a lot of work to it.
But I will
Man,
do
you
it.
dip them things in some garlic butter.
I'll do it.
Anytime I hear
Shit.
crab legs, I think about that old Chinese place. What was that up there? The buffet?
The one in Danville?
No, the one right here, up there. Now it's a car lot.
Oh,
What was
yeah,
that
yeah. The one
called?
right next door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. They had Buddha out front.
Yeah, I brought my son out
A
there.
golden Buddha.
I brought my son there one time, and he wanted crab legs. I said, "Okay, we'll wait crab legs." And there was 4 people in that restaurant, and they brought out.
There's probably a reason for that.
They were serving cat or something, I think it was. But anyway, these crab legs would come out. They bring a pan, and this couple jumped up and grabbed the whole whole
See,
freaking
I'd
pan.
fight somebody.
We was about to
I
get in
would
a
fight
fight.
somebody.
So
Hell
every
no.
time I hear crab legs, I think about that day, and I was
Right.
about to fight because my kid
Yeah.
wanted some crab legs.
Yeah.
Damn it.
My kids love crab
Well, me
legs
and
too.
Austin love crab legs.
Yeah.
I mean, we can tear some crab legs.
Same.
Yeah, that's my son.
He called us.
is- yeah.
He called us
was
during the
calling-
first show.
Yeah, he was calling during
I
the
was like,
show.
what the heck's going
I'm
on?
sorry I didn't answer. He's like one of 4 people that I would answer the phone for. But anyway, we got some furry friends.
We do. Who's that?
That is Groot.
Groot. Hey, Groot.
I told you Daniel was going to make fun of their names.
man.
That's Groot. I almost named him Huckleberry because he just looks like a Huckleberry.
He
That
does.
picture doesn't do him justice. He's a Shepherd Lab mix, I would say. He's got a lot
Huckleberry.
of retriever.
He looks happy.
He's so sweet.
Oh my
Here's the
God.
thing. Here's the thing about Groot. Groot comes with a bite history.
Can we just stick the
So
Huckleberry?
a bite history. What,
Yeah.
talk to
I think
me
he's
about
more
that.
of a Huckleberry.
So-
He got nippy with somebody.
He did. He got really scared. So said officer that we were talking about earlier that's still training
Yeah.
Okay.
approached him just a little bit too
Brian?
Oh,
fast.
that officer doesn't know shit yet. That's fine. He ain't worried about it. No,
So
I'm just
it was
joking.
definitely a learning experience.
Yeah.
You don't approach a dog that is very
still
terrified
learning. He
that
looks happy.
quickly.
Very friendly.
He has learned that in the shelter that he is safe, and we love him.
Old Groot.
And he has just blossomed. He's absolutely blossomed. He's great with other dogs.
Can we talk about that real quick? Now that he has a situation where there's a bite history,
Mm-hmm.
how does that affect his adoption? Is it
So I guess it really depends on the adopter. So
You have to tell them.
Yeah, so we have to release that information to them, and I'm going to tell them exactly what I just told you guys. We had a new officer that was training.
Bryant.
Not as much experience, but he's learning. Just approached him too quickly. He got
Well,
scared. It
those
was
are-
a fear reaction.
Those are the people that get bit at
Correct.
our clinic.
Yeah.
The animal handler that was just hired.
Right. Who hasn't learned yet.
Hasn't
It
learned
just-
yet.
You
And
learn it.
You learn how to
comes with
approach
experience.
animals. So it really wasn't his fault.
No,
that
not at
happy
all.
guy.
Not
Right.
at all. I still have to
Look
tell
at
you
him.
that, though. I
Right.
still have to tell you that happened.
Well,
but
that's good.
Well,
it
he's
wasn't
a good-
his fault. He was scared. He had no idea who that officer was.
Shit, I'd
and
bite
he
you too.
was too quick.
Right.
And he was defending himself,
I would-
rightfully
I would.
so.
So now is he fixed?
He's
Is he-
not fixed
He's
yet.
not fixed. So if you adopt him, you'd.
That means he has
you guys-
acorns, right?
Acorn.
God.
His acorns. He's still got
He's got
acorns.
got
walnuts.
acorns?
He
but-
always got walnuts.
Damn!
to
He's better off than I am.
Daniel. Okay, Peanut. So, is it a requirement to have him neutered or,
Yes.
or spayed as an adoption?
Yes,
It's a-
so
it's a
it is.
requirement.
It is Virginia state law that any animal adopted from an adoption facility in the state of Virginia has to be spayed or neutered.
Really? So that's a law.
Yes,
Great.
Yes,
That's
it is a
great.
Virginia
It is
state law.
great.
That's so he does not produce any more sibling or
Amen.
sibling,
Right.
not siblings, offspring
Right. Right.
that end up at the shelter.
But let's talk
We're
about
not
the
in
health
Alabama.
benefits from it too.
And that as well.
I mean, you're talking about prostate cancer. You're talking about roaming, running
Doctor-
around and getting hit by a car.
Biting.
Dr. Boyce, when he, God rest his soul, when he was alive, if a dog came in that was hit by a car or was shot or was chewed up by another dog,
It was intact.
It was an intact male.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to get shot by a guy down the road that doesn't want the dog wandering in his yard.
Right.
It's going to get hit by a car when he's smelling a female. Up to 10 miles, 15 miles down the road,
Oh,
these
they can
animals
smell
could
it.
smell
They
and
can
they will
smell it.
travel it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that is great. So that's a requirement of adoption
Yes.
is to get the animals
Yes.
spayed.
We've been shot at a few times.
Yes. Old Bill Cottrell saw me coming across the yard. He was like, I got an AK for your ass, boy.
Yeah.
The first time, talking about that, first time I met my father-in-law, Bill Cottrell, him and his two daughters were out back shooting guns.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
And I walked back
Love
there, and they're all looking on the ground. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And they were looking for Katie's sister Allie. They were looking for Allie's earrings because she shot them out. She was sitting there going, "Do, do, 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 do," and the earrings went flying out. But that's another.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got more animals.
we go, right.
Bring them up.
got
Look at
some-
this guy.
Oh.
That's Kilo.
He's up in the camera.
Kilo is not currently at the shelter. However, he is available for adoption through the shelter.
So he's at a foster
He
home?
is in a foster home. He is
Nice.
actually in a foster home with one of my officers.
Oh, thank you.
She,
Thank you.
Officer Davis, absolutely loves this dog.
Sky Davis.
Will keep this dog until the day he gets adopted.
Oh, thank you, Sky.
What
Keep-
does she need to adopt it? Does she need some more food? I'll feed the
No,
dog.
no. I mean,
she needs to adopt
here's
that
the thing
dog.
about Officer Davis. Every single dog she has,
She loves.
and it's a lot. She has adopted from the shelter.
Wow.
Every single one of them.
Good for her.
So if it comes down to it, I'm sure she would eventually adopt Kilo because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a fantastic dog. I mean, he's bomb-proofed. He's good with
Kilo.
dogs. She has bunnies. He's good with her bunnies.
Oh, really?
He's
wow.
good
And that's
with her,
rare.
She's keeping him.
Her
Next.
her trash cat.
Next.
I mean, Kilo's awesome. He's got a little bit of age
There we
on
go.
him, so he's about 8. But he is still available
What's
for
this
He
guy?
is
He's got
available.
gummies in his teeth.
that's
He's got Halloween candy in his mouth.
Gummies.
Not those kind of gummies. What the hell?
I smile like that too. No, he's
something.
good.
that's Sasha.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a girl.
It is a girl. She's about 8 years old as well.
Beautiful eyes.
She was actually a case, which we won. She has.
Can you talk about the case?
I would rather not,
Okay,
just
good.
because of the circumstances.
right,
It's
right.
pretty bad.
Can I get
It's
on
really bad.
the outside of it? Like,
Bestiality.
Whoa.
oh shit,
That's
No.
as far as I'm gonna go with it.
Hold
So,
up.
that's some weird
I'm gonna
ass
lose my
people.
gut. I
So-
could have done without that.
well, you
humans.
asked,
I did.
Okay,
but that's as far as
I
I'm gonna
did.
go
thank
with
you
it.
for-
Screw
so
some humans.
Sasha, not only is she a husky,
Not good with humans.
Shut up, Chad. he ain't collect himself yet.
He's walking around in there.
Hey, producer, get your shit together.
Right. Right.
so
That's gross. Okay.
Sasha's
It is
been
gross.
through a lot.
Yeah,
She's
it
been through a
sounds like
lot. She has.
Can we
some-
cut that out? Can we
Yeah, we
edit
can.
that
If you
out?
want to.
I would like to.
Okay.
Not,
Yeah, that's
I
bad.
appreciate you being honest to me, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't want
I don't
to.
play shit like that. Either.
I don't know.
So tell us where to start over.
Okay.
I don't.
3,
Just 3, 2, 1. Here we are back.
So sometimes you don't want to
Show
know.
her
Just
again.
remember.
Oh. Thank you.
Show
and so
her
who
again.
else we got?
Who's next? Who's next?
Give us somebody else. That was rough.
No, her.
Oh, give us her again.
Yeah. No.
That's
Back
the
it
wrong
up.
one.
Wrong one.
Yeah,
Go
give
back.
us her.
Yeah,
All right, there we go.
hey.
So who's this?
That is Sasha.
Sasha.
Oh,
Yeah. Sasha's
little
been
Sasha.
through a lot.
Been
She
through a
needs-
lot.
She's been
Allie.
through a lot, and she has
Super
some.
sweet.
She is very sweet, but she does definitely have some behavioral issues that will need to be
Oh.
worked with.
Right.
Yeah.
But she is really sweet.
She
She's also
needs-
very playful.
She needs to go with a pack of dogs.
Right. She loves
needs-
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She needs to go be a part of a clan.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait.
Cut that out too.
Not the clan. A clan. Is clan a bad word?
No.
Okay,
No.
what the
no, you know what he's talking about.
So that's Sasha. So next,
Who we got next? There we
Lord
go.
God.
Look
Okay.
at the mirrors.
Hey.
this is Cora.
He loves a ball. She loves a ball.
Cora,
What is this? The background there.
that's our play yard.
So you guys have a
Hey.
new play yard.
We do. We have 6 outdoor runs now, and we have a whole fenced-in play yard. So
And that has been since you've been here last. You didn't have the play yard.
Yeah, I
It
think
was
we
in
got
talks.
it. Yeah, I think we got it back in the spring. It was like April or May.
So the
when we
play
finally
yard
got it.
is a fenced-in area.
It is, yes, and it's an 8-foot fence.
So they can't jump out.
Right, and it's
Right.
also got like the privacy paneling, so even if they tried to climb, there's not as much grip.
Right,
it also
right.
gives them the privacy because some dogs are like car reactive.
Yes.
And if you've ever been to our shelter, you
There's
know that
cars going
road,
up and
yeah,
down.
all
I
day
would be.
long,
Right.
going to the dump and back or whatnot.
So how long has she been there?
We've only had her. Well, I say we only have had her, but I think we've had her for probably about 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cora is already fixed. She is up to date on all of
Loves
her
the ball.
vaccines.
Now is she
loves to play
She's
fetch.
a boxer or something.
No, she
shepherd,
is a
something?
hound mix.
A hound mix.
Her ears are flapping in the wind, as you can see.
Oh, so they're so they're not like that.
She is a very energetic girl. She loves to play fetch, and she is actually the type of dog that will bring you back her toy and drop it at your feet.
I love
and
it.
that's rare.
yeah,
'cause
yes,
Yeah.
especially in an animal shelter.
Yeah. Super sweet.
But she's a great dog. She's great with other dogs. She's good with cats.
Really?
She's a bomb-proof dog. I absolutely love her. She is our go-to dog when we need to dog test another dog to see if they're
Really?
friendly with dogs.
Okay.
Because she's also the type of dog where if they're doing something that she she doesn't appreciate, she can correct them in a very polite manner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it
She'll tell
does.
them, like, stop, I don't like that, without being aggressive about
Isn't
it.
it great to have somebody that understands dogs working at the shelter?
Amen.
It's all about body
Praise God.
language.
You
It
know,
is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Body
because
language.
you could have
Voiceless.
somebody that was a cousin of the, deputy of the sheriff or, whatever, and not really understand the dog language
Right.
and not understand that, but it is
love
great.
dogs.
You are a great asset to have
You
your
are.
county.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
thankful.
Absolutely.
Dogs are allowed to have their own opinions, and they
Yeah.
can express that. There is a difference between telling a dog, hey, no, I don't like that, and then, hey, I don't like that, and I'm going to eat your face off.
Right.
There's a big difference.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
she's the type of dog that she's going to be like, hey, stop. And then she's going to carry on about her business.
Right.
Intelligent
They're
dog.
so
That's
great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
So
to
great.
adopt.
She doesn't take it to heart. She can move on.
Look at this guy.
What is going on with that guy? Lord mercy.
This is Pebbles. She is also a crackhead. She did meth in her time
We
before
are
she
in
came to
Henry
us or
County.
something like that, because she's probably like a 15, 20 pound, like little beagle healer mix kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Super happy.
Yeah, she's very friendly.
It looks like it.
She also does crack. That's all I got. She's crazy. She's a good dog. Don't get me wrong. She's very sweet, but she's got a lot of energy.
Lot of
A lot of
energy.
energy.
So if you got a lot of energy, please adopt her.
But she is a small dog, so you don't need too much space for her. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. What else we got going on? Oh, look at that.
That's Jambalaya.
Jambalaya?
I love her. She came to me feral. Absolutely feral.
Really?
She was the type of dog that you could not go in the run with her because she was so terrified. So terrified.
Oh.
She is now one of the loudest singers that I have.
What's
She
that,
also,
what does that mean? What does that mean?
She screams. If you're not paying attention to her, she is the type of dog, like if you're walking down the hallway, she's going to reach her paw out of the cage
Oh.
and get your
Yeah,
attention.
Get your attention. That's cool, man.
She also has never met a stranger now.
Right.
She loves every single person she meets.
love
But
that.
she's been with us for a couple of months. But to see a dog
Needs a
go
home.
from literally in the fetal position, curled up in a ball, and like doesn't want you to touch it, to going to the dog when you walk past it and don't pet her, and she's reaching through the kennel to get your attention,
Right.
is amazing to me.
Well, just what, just to itinerate or itinerate, however the word is, what Chad said, it makes a difference when you get to the shelter and you have all these people that should be there, like you, a loving. I mean, I know a home,
It's not just love though, because a lot of people have love, but they don't
Right.
have intelligence.
right?
So Henry County has an intelligent, loving person
Atmosphere.
that's working in the shelter.
Right.
You have a person that understands. This dog that you were just talking about when you said feral, that means it's probably never touched a human,
Right.
or humans never touched it.
Right.
There's a big difference. I mean, that's a wild animal at that
Yeah.
point.
That's an
Very
animal
wild.
that does not trust human beings.
Right.
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 And
And you
now
showed her a
she-
different.
Yes.
You showed her a different
Yes.
way.
Yes.
And I mean, I would say, I
And
mean,
now
I
she's
don't know.
adoptable.
I don't know. Hopefully, there's a lot of other shelters out there, but you don't have to be that way. But we know that you are, and that makes a major difference in my.
And we're lucky as well up in
Very
Patchett County.
extremely
Extremely lucky
lucky.
with Wanda.
Yeah,
Wanda
loves
is
animals.
the same way. She loves
Yes.
animals and she understands animals. She's been around animals
need
her
that
whole life,
person.
and you need that type of person.
And you can hire anybody off the street. I mean,
Oh, sure.
you would think, anybody could take care of them, but they can't. They can't show that love and individual attention to where if you have a feral animal and then 2 months later they're loving, no, you have to have that special person that shows them that.
Right.
And so thank you, Allie.
Well, I
Thank you.
appreciate that, but I can't take all the credit, as
Well,
you know.
I know.
I
You got a great
have
team.
an
You have a
employee that
great
is
team.
so awesome. I mean,
good.
she has literally been
Well, give her a shout
blessing.
Out. Give her a shout out.
Her
Do I-
name is Esme Golden.
Awesome.
And she's my
Thank you, Esme.
appointed rescue coordinator. She's the one.
Esme.
Yes.
Esme.
That's a beautiful name,
That is
Esme.
cool.
And she's a beautiful woman
Right.
too. Oh my
Really?
god. But
Esme.
anyways, She's the one who works really closely with all of our partners and reaches out to them daily. Like, this is what we have available, and gets
Gets the ball
she
rolling.
transferred out over 60 animals last
Wow.
month.
Do it, girl.
That's her
Yeah,
job.
thank you.
Her
Thank you.
job
God bless
is
you.
to coordinate with other
Right.
rescues and get our animals out into their facilities so that they're safe and they have a better opportunity of being adopted.
Wow.
And she's very good at her job.
That's awesome, man. So what a blessing in our in,
Look
in
at
your
this dude.
community.
What up, dude?
That's a dudette.
Dudette.
That's-
You've had all dudettes.
Do that.
I think I have like 4
You
boys.
have all dudettes.
Out
You
of like
don't have
30
anybody-
dogs, I think I have 4 boys. And it goes like that. Sometimes we have nothing but boys and we'll have like 1 or 2 girls. And then sometimes we have nothing but girls and we have like 1 or 2 boys. But I guess it's the way the moon
There she
spins on
is.
its axis. I don't know. But that's Chip. Chip
Chip?
is only like a
No,
year
you're
old.
gonna have to change her name to Dudette.
Right. Chipette.
Hey, Dudette.
Chipette.
Chipette.
Yeah, that's Chip.
What a pretty animal.
She is. She's solid white except for
was
the
gonna say,
one
that's
black
beautiful.
patch on her eye.
Right,
That's
she
it.
is.
That's all the black
Really?
that she
So she's
has.
solid white.
Yeah. And
That white is
she's on the
beautiful.
younger side too. She's about a year old.
I can't bring her to my house. We got red mud. We on the Piedmont red clay.
And I'll tell you what, she finds it. She finds
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm sure she would.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
I'm sure she would.
So how long she been there? Or?
She came to us as a stray. I think we've had her for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably
She's
going
ready
on a
for
month.
adoption.
Yes, she's ready.
Can you, before we go any further, can you give out the phone number?
276-656-4266.
656
4266.
4266.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're open 12:30 to 4:30 Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So Saturdays also?
Yes,
Well, that
yes.
really.
Look at this guy. He belongs at the Quisenberry house.
I know. I was going to say, I need that guy.
That's Jerry.
Jerry.
So
Power's out, man.
so Jerry has a twin brother,
Really?
Ben, who we haven't shown yet.
Jerry and Ben?
Oh, Jerry.
Twins.
I'll be honest with you. Let me take that back. There are very few dogs that I come encounter with that I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
Okay. In the beginning,
You're not a big fan of Jerry?
he was one of them. In the beginning, he's a Shepsky. He's a
looks
Shepherd
smart.
Husky
He looks
mix.
smart.
Yeah, he's a Shepherd Husky mix. As you can see
It
around
looks
his
like
neck,
he's staring at you now.
this is
Right.
when he came to us. He has a ratchet strap
He's like,
around
damn it,
his
Allie.
neck.
A ratchet strap.
And that is how he came to us.
Wow.
He is the type of dog that if you came to meet him, I would not let you meet him while he's in his kennel.
Yeah.
Really?
Some dogs are kennel reactive and they have a
Yeah,
completely
I
different
didn't think about
personality
that.
in their
Yeah.
kennel than they do outside of it. He's definitely the type of dog that you have to meet outside of his kennel.
He don't want to be
Seems
cornered.
smart. It's on his terms.
He's a weenie.
Life is
I
on-
learned.
Life
If you
is
walk
on his terms.
If you walk past him in his kennel, you think he's going to eat your face off. Okay?
Really?
And you get
But
him
you
out
get
of
him
his
out there, he's a
kennel,
weenie.
and he's a weenie.
Different.
He's a
Super
completely
Weenie
different
Hut
dog.
Jr.
He is great with other dogs. Great.
Weenie Hut Jr.
And it takes people, it takes experience
Yeah.
for people to understand that.
Yeah.
That there is a thing called cage aggression.
I have a dog that has cage aggression, my own personal dog.
Really?
She's not allowed to board at Boyce Holland Veterinary Services anymore.
Really?
She's gonna eat her face off.
She will. But you get her out and she's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's strange. They're
Yeah.
saying that
It
this is
is.
my space, or,
Yeah.
or I'm not sure what it is. This is my den.
I think
y'all.
it's a barrier issue.
Right?
Right.
There's something about that barrier between it that does something different with their brain compared to actually being in front of you.
Man, I'd be the same. You
I
if
think
it's-
so,
If
too,
all if I've ever
honestly.
known, you're putting me into a cage scenario,
Yeah.
and then I've been mistreated before, and then you put me in a cage scenario, I don't trust you. But
Mm-hmm.
out and about, I have a way to get away.
Yeah.
There's nothing behind me or
Right.
nothing to the sides. But if you cage me, man,
Right.
we got some issues.
So, and I don't mention these things to scare people away because obviously I want every single dog to
Right.
get adopted. However, I am a very transparent and honest
Please.
person.
Thank you.
So I'm going to
You don't
give
wanna
you
hurt
these.
nobody.
No,
Right.
I'm going to
Don't
give
wanna
you
get
these
nobody.
details so that way, if this is an animal that you're interested in, that is something that you're prepared
Don't
for.
put them in a pet carrier or
Right.
a cage. Just let them run.
Right.
Go.
That's Nutella.
Another girl.
Yeah.
Nutella?
Nutella.
Nutella.
Yeah. She's like a 6-month-old puppy. She's great with other dogs.
Oh, she's very
sweet girl.
young.
She's on the very small side too. She's probably only like 25, 30 pounds. She won't get much
wow.
bigger. Yeah.
She looks big in the
She's
picture.
a chunky little thing to be a
Yeah.
puppy, but
Chad Hall
Nutella.
needs
Yeah.
that dog at his house.
Nutella.
Fight off the yellow jackets.
Right. Nutella. I love it.
so that's Ben. That's Jerry's twin brother.
Oh, okay.
He has a completely different personality.
Really?
He's very sweet, very good with other dogs. He's definitely the more personable dog. He's the type of dog that's going to come right up to you and love you all over. Ben and Jerry have this thing called
Ben and Jerry.
sibling syndrome. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that. Both of them do great with other dogs. However,
Me and my brother used to beat the hell out of each
they
other.
can't stand each other. And that's my point.
Yeah, me and Paul, we get in it all the time we can.
That's
yeah.
my point. They do not get along together.
Yeah.
So
Really?
we will not adopt them out to the same home. They will go
Really?
to two different homes because it will be in their best interest. And that is the
Wow.
type of person I am. I will not adopt out an animal unless it is in their best interest.
Now, these cages here, these are your outside
They
cages.
are.
See? I haven't seen this.
Yes, they are. I have 6 of them.
You have 6 of them.
Yeah.
Now, they cannot stay out there during the night.
No, I
right?
don't leave them out there during the night. We
But
only put them out there during the day.
Exercise and get some
yes.
vitamin D from
Yep.
the sun and everything.
Right.
And then we rotate them throughout the play yard too, so they have more
I'm
room
glad
to run
you all
around and
have
play in the
that.
grass.
You know, I was
Yeah, very
giving you
thankful.
all hell for the small building, but
Right.
with the exercise
I'm
yard,
making do. I
ex-
told you, I'm making do with what I got.
exercise yard and the cages outside, that's great.
Now back to Ben and Jerry, just for temporarily. Are they strays or
They came to us
surrenders?
as strays, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Ben did not have a ratchet strap around his neck, so why Jerry had one, I don't know. But
That's weird, huh?
Ben had an e-collar on and a regular collar, and then Jerry had the ratchet strap.
Were they together?
They were
when
together, yeah,
Oh,
and they're the
but
same
they don't
age,
like each
and
other.
They hate each other.
But they were
But that is
surviving
what's
together.
Yes, yes,
Huh.
yeah.
Wow.
But they both
never
love
known.
other dogs. But that's the thing about sibling syndrome. When you get 2 puppies from the same litter, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes they grow up together and they learn to either depend on each other so they don't trust you as a human,
Right.
or they basically learn to hate each other and they fight constantly.
Really?
Well, trying to determine dominancy
Mm-hmm.
and who's going to be the leader of the pack.
It's definitely going to be Ben.
If there's not if there's not a father figure, which would be the leader of the pack in the
Right.
wild,
Right.
if there and in the same situation with humans,
yeah.
if there's not a father figure in the house, no matter how powerful a woman is,
Mm-hmm.
if there is not a father figure in the house, then they will fight and try to determine who is
I never thought
dominant.
about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Where the father would step in and said, "No, boys, I'm the boss.
Right.
We're going to calm
You
down.
over there.
This is what
You
you're
over
going to
there."
do."
Huh.
So who's this gal?
That's Juno.
See, I said gal. I knew
She
it.
is a girl. There you go. That is
Juno.
Juno. She is also a 6-month-old puppy. She was an owner surrendered to us. It was some personal issues with the prior owner. It had nothing to do with her. She is currently denning with Nutella. Her and Nutella are besties.
Oh, they're
besties.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
So they romp around the play yard and chase each other and
Oh,
wrestle and
great.
tackle each other. So they're just 2 little puppies living their best life right
Yeah,
now.
Super cute.
Yeah.
Now, how old
6
her
months.
expected?
6 months.
She's
right?
6 months.
So Nutella is 6 months.
Also
too.
6 months,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So
they're
when we
perfect.
we
Perfect.
were like, we got to try these 2 together,
Yeah.
and it was magic after that. So, yeah.
And that always doesn't work.
Right.
Female dogs fight just as
Correct.
much as the male
Yes,
dogs
they do. Really? Yes, they
yeah,
do.
they scrap. They're scrappers.
I'm more
Man.
scared of a female dog than a male dog.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm more scared of a little dog than I am of a big dog.
Yeah, I've
As
heard
well as
that
I.
before.
I will go into a run with a dangerous dog before I will go into a cage with a feral cat.
Really?
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
I believe that with a cat.
Cats tear you up.
Yeah, a cat.
They're
Cat will-
quick.
Yeah,
They're like
they're
ninjas.
super ninjas.
That's Bulldozer. Bulldozer is like an 8 to 9 month old pity puppy. He came to us and he only weighed 34 pounds. He was a seizure case, which we also won custody of. He is steadily gaining weight. He has proved to
Y'all
be
fatten him up.
Yeah, he has proved to be very friendly with other dogs.
Aw.
So he's
I have seen with these rescue dogs or these dogs of seizures that they do make great pets. I don't know if they're just grateful that
Right.
they have found
Grateful.
love,
right.
grateful that they have received a home.
Grateful.
But these seizures cases make love. Now, these cases that were brought to you, you don't want to deter those people away.
Right.
You don't want people to drop dogs off in the middle of parking lots.
No.
Bring them to the shelter, even if you're full. You're not going to degrade them.
Do you know how many times a state vet has come in to do inspections and I've had dogs in pop-ups because I made space for them? And that's okay as long as
Right.
they're getting adequate exercise time outside.
Right.
And they do
Right.
because we now have a play yard.
That's awesome, man.
So this is sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie.
Now,
Yes.
sweet potato pie looks like she's had
Puppies.
10
Yes.
10 litters.
So you're actually going to see her puppies here in just a minute.
Oh. you got the
Sweet
puppies
potato
too, huh?
pie was dumped on the side of the road as we were just talking about with her puppies.
Damn, y'all.
This is also an old picture. This is when she first came in. This was an intake picture, and I'm horrible as a shelter manager because I haven't gotten an updated
So
picture of
she-
her yet.
She had a flea allergy
She
of some
did,
sort.
and a skin infection.
yeah.
She's also got bilateral entropions.
So she's pretty now.
yes.
What's
Yeah.
bilateral entropion?
It's where her eyelids curl in. It's very,
Lord.
it's very normal with the breed, with the Shar-Pei breed. They have a lot of extra skin,
Skin,
so
yeah.
that those eyelids tend to fold in. So she does need surgery
Fold
on both of her eyes.
around, or-
They fold in. So the hair on her eyelids scratches her eyes,
Lord.
which is what causes the
Wow.
eye drainage.
Oh, wow.
But she is on medications for everything. She is actually almost done. And to put the cherry on top, she's heartworm positive.
Oh, poor girl.
Yeah.
So she's going to need a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she is very sweet.
Yeah.
So if
Super
there's
sweet.
anybody out there that is okay
Right.
with tackling a medical case, she's your girl.
That's
Because
your
she
number
is
And there
a
are
doll
those-
baby.
There are those out there.
Yes,
We get them
yes.
at Boys Holland. Hey, we'll spend the money. Hey, we'll take care
Yeah.
of her. And there is those people out there.
Thank you.
She
God
is-
bless
Yeah.
y'all.
It's
I
amazing.
I've never been a huge Shar-Pei fan.
They make me itch.
Right, same. It's the hair. It's
They make-
weird. It's
they-
weird.
They break me out in a
But
rash.
she
just
is
looking at 'em.
probably I think she's changed my whole mindset on the
Really?
breed just because of how much of a doll baby she is.
Oh.
She's so sweet. Like she sees you, you go on the run with her, she comes right up to you and she just leans into you because she just wants to be loved on. So
That's sweet, man.
she's a doll.
Somebody.
These are her puppies.
Really?
Oh.
And believe it or not, one of them's name is Acorn, the little tan one over there.
I don't, did we edit that one out? I don't know.
Those are peanuts.
So the little tan one is Acorn and the black one is Bean. They're both females. They're about
Bean.
8 months old, and those are her puppies,
Oh, super cute.
who were also dumped on the side of the road.
Damn.
Yeah, we had them on camera doing that.
So thank you
I had
to
them
the
on
ones.
camera doing that.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that was a
And
good,
that's so
y'all,
cool.
man.
that was an easy case
Yeah.
then, I guess, right?
I
Open
hope
shut.
so. Right,
That's right.
Yeah,
right. So thank
And
y'all.
that's that. Do we got any more dogs? Or?
That's
all
it.
of them.
That's it.
That's all.
So
The rest of them are strays. I
just
guess.
And
looking
then
at
you
all
got
of 'em.
strays.
Yeah.
You got some cats down there for adoption.
We do, yes.
Yeah.
cat meow.
We have everything from friendly house cats to your barn
Barn.
cats that just need a job. So
Yeah.
Just need a job.
Yeah.
They love it.
And that is important.
Yeah.
We have a chicken house and a big old barn cat.
right,
You can't go love on him.
Right.
He ain't gonna tolerate that. But
Right.
heck,
We got a friend of ours that's just looking for a barn cat.
right. Well, I don't have a farm, but I have 12 barn cats. I do have a barn.
Yeah, 12
I have nothing
barn
in
cats?
it, but I
You
have
got-
12 barn cats. But they keep the mice away. They keep the snakes away. I'm all for it.
You got
And-
a-
wolf
you got a whole
rats. Have
damn
you seen
tribe.
wolf rats?
No, my cats take care of
We
that.
had an issue with a wolf rat. That
got a whole
sucker
damn
was about
tribe.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's got a whole damn tribe of cats over there.
Well,
12?
She
I'll
got
tell you what,
She got a good man.
I
She
have-
got two great boys.
Right.
And,
And barn
how-
cats.
and barn cats.
Out the ass.
Yeah.
now, what about the dogs?
I have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
I have 2 dogs. I have Gage, who is my 12-year-old German Shepherd.
So he's getting up there, huh?
He is, and he's
Yeah.
starting to get lame in his hips, and I don't know, it's not going to be much longer. So if I still have Groot in like 6 months, he's coming home with me. But
I would just take him home, get him used to life. there.
not that I would ever try to replace Gage, but
Right.
I'm a Shepherd fan. I absolutely love Shepherds. I
So,
love the breed.
When you use the word, I don't mean to interrupt you,
Go ahead.
but you use the word replace, and you never replace.
no, because
an
no dog will
animal.
ever be the same dog.
My brother had a dog for over 12, maybe 14 years, and I want to get him a dog.
Yeah.
I want to get him a dog so bad, and not to replace his little itty bitty because you can't replace it.
Right.
Right.
But you could add to the love.
Right.
You could love more than one or two things.
Save 'em.
Right.
And you
Save
just
'em.
add to that
Save
love.
'em.
So I'm gonna try
Save
to find
'em.
him a dog.
Save
So
'em.
then I have
good
Josie, who is the one that's kennel aggressive. She's the one that's not allowed to board at Boys Holland anymore.
Me and Josie, she don't like me.
But I'll tell you what,
In the
that is-
cage, in the
that's-
cage, she
yeah.
don't like me.
But that is my girl. That's my baby. I adopted her as soon as I graduated high school. I have had her
Wow.
for 12 years.
Damn.
She is now 16
Oh, wow.
and still healthy as a horse.
She could come to Boys Holland anytime. She,
I know. I'm just picking on you.
but anyway.
I'm just picking on you. I also got
Did
a
we
cat.
get the time?
We did.
What cat you got? No, go ahead. What cat you got, Allie Keatts?
So not only do I have 12 barn cats, I also have an indoor cat.
Indoor
Barn
cat.
cat.
A bougie ass cat.
Yeah,
She's
he
definitely
is.
Allie Keatts. Yeah.
He plays fetch. I love him.
Oh, a cat that plays cat.
So he's
Anyways.
kind of like
she gets
another
mad
dog.
at me when I
but
call her Alley Cats, but I
but
mean,
it's okay.
she has earned the name now.
My cat thinks he's a dog, but it's fine. And he's cool with my 130-pound German Shepherd. It took some serious introducing time
Yeah.
with the two of them because my Shepherd was all about prey drive, and having a cat in the house was a whole new ball game for him. But with proper introductions and slowly doing that, they're fine. And now my cat's hood as hell and will square up with my Shepherd in a heartbeat.
He's ghetto. He's ghetto. He comes in with a little switchblade.
My Shepherd backs
Ghetto
down to my cat now.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Henry,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
Henry County Animal Shelter. Thank you, Allie.
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
thank
Phone
you.
number again.
276-656-4266.
Forsooth.
And we'll have it down below. 'cause
We'll have it down
adopt
below.
these animals.
Right, right.
And I thank you, and I thank your deputies, and I thank your trustees, and your
So
employees,
thankful.
and everybody's
So
doing a great
thankful.
job.
And if you're dropping off cats, damn you. And if you're collecting cats, God bless you. And
I love
dogs.
it. Y'all be real and come on back.
Come on back.